I thought I'd bring you along while I dehydrate some green onions. I'm going to start by washing them. My green onions are washed. Now they're ready to be chopped. As I chop them, I'm going to put them on my dehydrator trays. So I'll bring you along when I have some chopped. All right, I'm going to begin to chop my scallions. Actually, I'll bring this bowl over here because that's where I'm going to drop everything in I don't want. I'll look over each one to see if it has any bits. For instance, that's got to come off. This has got to, actually, that whole one is done. Okay, so these were 2 for $1, and I picked up 10. So I'm wearing gloves because I was in the garden for a great proportion of the day. And you know, it's always hard to get the garden out of your fingers completely, so I'd rather not videotape that. The dirt in my fingernails. Anyway, if you're a gardener, you totally get it. All right, so I'm going to put this on my dehydrator tray, and I'll show you that in a couple of moments. Here's some more. Again, we'll take off the bits that we don't want. For the most part, they're in really good condition. Great, okay. There. Now I'm not going to throw those out. I'm going to give them a second wash, and I'm going to save them for bone broth. I'll put them in with a bag of onions I have in the freezer. That needs to come out. Right. So far I've dehydrated garlic, recently that is, onions. I've dehydrated chives from my allotment garden, so you know what? Why not do green onions? All right, this is what I'm doing with the green onions. I'm putting them on my dehydrator trays, and I will eventually put them in the dehydrator. So I'll bring you back when I'm done. In all, I ended up with 6 trays of green onions. I'm going to slide them in, put the door on, and turn on the dehydrator. So, there we go. Put on our door. All right. Now, it says for herbs 105. I think I'm going to put it higher, somewhere between herbs and vegetables. So I think that is good. Let's open it up to see if the green onions are flying around from the fan. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this for a while, and before I go to bed, I'm going to turn it down. I'll bring you back tomorrow. The food dehydrator has been going all night, so let's turn it off and take a look at the onions. Well, the green onions, that is. Fan has blown some of them. Yes, these are dry. So I'm going to let this cool down. Look at that. Yeah. I'm going to let this cool down, and I'll get back to you later when these onions, green onions, are no longer warm. My green onions are all dehydrated. So I'm going to start putting them into jars. Now, I could put them into the larger mason jars, but I figured it would be more practical to store them in smaller jars because I'm going to use these a lot and I don't want to have to reseal a larger jar continuously. So let's get started. There we go. The next time I do green onions, I don't think I'm going to use the parchment paper. It's not necessary. All right, so what I found was some of them blew off the various pieces of parchment paper. So here we go. Excellent. See how much blew off of this? Anyway, not necessary. But that's okay, you live and learn, right? Just gently. Uh-oh, well, we don't want that in there, do we? Okay, gently move it back on to the sheet. There. Okay, so I'll bring you back when I'm ready to seal the jars. In all, I dehydrated 6 trays of green onions. That ended up to be about a quart, you know, if I dumped that in there. This is for the short term. I'm not going to seal it. However, this is for when I run out of the other one. So, first of all, when I seal with my food saver, I do wipe off the rim with a dry cloth or paper towel, and that way I know there's no debris in there that is going to interfere with the sealing. Now, this is a fresh lid. You don't have to use a fresh lid. You can use a lid you've previously canned with for sealing jars. So let's put that on, and I'm going to insert one end into the food saver attachment and the other end into the food saver. And of course, I have to make sure the food saver is plugged in, don't I? Okay, there. Okay, so we are going to put the attachment on, lock the food saver, I guess this attachment on the other side, and we're going to press vacuum seal. Okay, you notice the red light is turned on. When both of these lights go off, this jar will be sealed. So, oh, they're off. Excellent. So, let's take that off. Let's take this off. And look, the jar is sealed. I'm now going to go put this in my pantry and open it at another point in time.